Trained by day, Kyle Wigginton podcast by night, all day.
Aisha RaQuel. What's up?
I was going to say, I just randomly thought about this fact earlier.
What's that?
This fun fact about my name that I never thought about before. Just in those two names, Aisha RaQuel, which is my first and middle name, I have all of the A sounds. I mean, I guess in English language or period. I have the long A, sh, and then in the RaQuel is ah. So it's A, and ah, which is like a mind fuck.
Do you think it was planned that way?
No, it was really last minute, my name. But, you know, it's right on point. Yeah, Aisha RaQuel.
Well, dude, I fuck up everybody's name when they come in here. So.
Man, I know this is a story that I'm going to have to tell and you know, put out because it's always tough.
Oh, to everyone,
I get Aisha
right?
a lot.
Yeah, well, Aisha's like, anytime you see a name spelled that way, it's just kind of like the generic, that's what that is.
And even when I tell people Aisha, you know, we from the South. So people are like, yeah, Asia. It's not Asia either. It's Aisha.
So you said you've been working on your new album, huh?
Yeah.
How's that been going?
Wow. It's been a process, but this is like, I'm at a point now, it's kind of matching the seasons now. I'm at a point where like, it's getting ready to bloom out and show like a flower. But I've been in the process of the seed being planted and, you know, in the darkness, the soil, working on it, having ideas, throwing away ideas. Like, so it's been a process over the years, but I'm excited.
It's very interesting you say it that way because I think it's a big part of creation. It's like taking in the outside world and then waiting for the seed to bloom. And then when it does bloom, that's when you actually put the art out.
Exactly. So, and you got to respect that process.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because you put out something too early, it's not going to be.
It's going to wither up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's been a beautiful process, very challenging because I've been it's my first project where I'm producing everything myself because I've been making music for a while and working with different producers, getting beats offline, like so
you're making your own beats now and everything?
Yeah. Just taking on a challenge. I always like to try something new.
I think that's honestly the way to do it these days.
Yeah.
Like with technology being as easy to like grab and use as it is. Like all this stuff right here, it's like plug and play essentially.
Yeah.
Like
but a lot of people aren't technology savvy though. And blessedly so, I started off early with technology. Like we got our first computer in my house when I was 4.
Yeah.
So I was always like, oh, what is this? How do you do this?
Right. You're like me.
Intrigued. Yeah.
I was the same
technology.
way, dude. Yeah, we had our first little computer and it fucking sucked.
Man, what?
Yeah.
You couldn't get on the internet at the same time you're on the phone.
Well, no, it was dial up and stuff. Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah. I think the first video I ever downloaded, it was a POD video and it took me like 3 days to download or something. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, taking on the challenge of learning the technology of bringing my ideas and my energy into sound through this technology. So,
and do you think this album is going to be better than your previous one? Just because of that reason, because you're putting so much into it? I
learned to not compare my albums.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like comparing yourself to older versions of yourself.
Right, it's a growth thing.
I'm better than I was when I was 16. Like, I'm better than I was when I was 20. It's more so like, it's hard to explain. I don't think you can really explain that.
But I totally get it because Linkin Park had a very similar take on this because when they released their first album, like Meteora or whatever it was, it's like very hard rock and stuff. Yeah. And they released their next album. It was like more of a technical type album. And people were complaining about it. And they said, look, dude, we're artists. We're growing.
Yeah.
So that makes sense that our music's going to grow too. Yeah.
Like, I just had a baby niece who was born in 2023. Like, looking at her now, it's like a whole different person. You see what I'm saying? Like, she just turned 1, but it's just like, that's the same person. Like, you know, it's like we have to honor that. Like, you can't keep somebody at one age in one way forever. But yeah, going back to your question though, I feel like it's super different. It's super different with it being all sounds that came from me on top of my lyrics and my arrangements and composition. So it's kind of scary, but I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited to release it to the world and, you know, spoiler alert, release a few projects like that into the world. So
yeah, it's always scary when you're releasing your art out into the world because you never know how people are going to take it.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of the beauty of it. Like you never should put out something that you're 100% certain people are going to like.
Right.
Because I think it's fake then.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
it's not true.
Oh yeah, this is what people like right now.
Yeah, it's even like these podcasts. Do some of that. Like I find myself sometimes in this podcast saying what people want me to say. I'm like, I know that people want me to say this, but then I'm like, that's fake, you know, that's inauthentic. And I catch myself too when I'm listening back to the podcast. And I'm just going to start speaking my mind. Yeah, I have to like go through these phases too.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And as a like someone who makes music, it's easy to fall into that too.
Mm-hmm.
But so I always go into like the thought of I'm the only person that's me on this planet. So I'm a flavor and a color that nobody gets to experience outside of this.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, your art and your creations are it's like a fingerprint in a way. It's like your fingerprint. You're the only person who has it. So how dare you rob people from that, experience? Imagine if we never got some of the artists who are trailblazers, like a Prince or a Michael Jackson, who we've never tasted that flavor before.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. What if they just did whatever was popular at the time, that techno type of sound? Like,
What did make those guys so good?
They just were tuned into themselves, I feel like, like, what do I like? What's my favorite color? Like, Prince picking purple. Like, oh, purple's going to be my thing. Oh, I'm an Aquarius. Or what, was he an Aquarius or a Gemini? I think an Aquarius. Oh, okay, I'm going to tune into that. Oh, what's my fashion? What do I like to wear? Oh, I like to wear women's earrings with these men pants and women's boots. And I don't see anybody else doing it. I like it though. So let me.
That's what I'm saying. It's like so fascinating.
Then it becomes a conversation.
Yeah, they could build an entire brand around one human being.
Yeah, it's dope, right?
Yeah.
Really just by being yourself. Like, because people are interested in being themselves at the end of the day. So it's like, look at that person being themselves. Like,
yeah, you find someone that stands away from like that pack mentality. That's kind of that's what I strive to be too, I think.
Yeah.
Just to get away from that pack mentality. And I think I've done a pretty good job of it.
Hey.
I don't know when most people's viewpoints come into play, I don't side with either one of them because it feels a lot of duality right now, like with the red and the blue. And,
duality.
Yeah.
Oh, we're moving out of that, if I should say so myself.
Well, it's a weird world we live in.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's so weird when you really sit back. But yeah, I mean, sitting with yourself, spending time alone, and like really seeing what you like and what you really want to do is the way to go.
Dude, I love that shit. I love being alone.
Yeah.
There's peace in it.
It is. It is.
I think it's why I've been single for so long too, because I found peace in it.
No, for real. For real. But I did learn that relationships challenge you into becoming versions of yourself that you didn't even plan on being. Like,
But what if it's a bad version of yourself?
That's true. But duality, what if it's a good version?
Well, I feel like for me, any of the relationships I've ever been in, I've turned into the person that stops helping everyone else around me and goes to like focusing on one person.
Yeah.
Where if you're like, look at who I am right now, I'm helping all kinds of people. I'm doing things but I can't do that when I'm in a relationship. So it's almost like it's a bad version of me.
I'm not gonna be the person to be like, yeah, it's a bad version. I think it's about balance.
Yeah, I don't have balance.
Yeah,
that's an issue that I struggle with.
Same. I do struggle. I do struggle with balance, especially creatively. Like, I literally struggle with like spending time with people and creating at the same time. I'm either doing one or the other in periods of time.
Yeah.
I feel like you talked with somebody else about this type of
I think I did. I think Fiona might have been who it was because we were talking about the cycles of creativity.
Yeah.
And it's I find for me that like there are certain times of the year when I'm just like super motivated to create. And then there are other times of the year when I'm like, I'm just going to fucking meditate for 3 hours a day.
Right. And I'm going to be a koala.
Yeah, that's where the balance is. Like for me, it's like an all or nothing type thing. Yeah, I think right now I'm in this like writer phase. I've been writing a lot.
Really? What type of writing?
What was that?
I thought it was somebody pulling on the door, but
I don't know, man. It sounded crazy. All kind of noise.
I hope it wasn't a car hit a rock and hit the window.
So I also work in the film industry.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So writing screenplays. Yeah, and
I've been wanting to get into acting.
Oh, I love it, man. That's how I got into the film industry, was acting. And then from there, it's kind of like the same thing you were talking about, where you need to know how to do it all these days.
Yeah.
So even filmmaking, you can be an actor, but you're always begging someone for a job.
Right.
Or you can learn the filmmaking process, and now you can actually create jobs.
Right.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now in my life.
Write yourself in if you want.
Absolutely, yeah. And I don't even like seeing myself act anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I love acting. Don't get me wrong.
Wow, you got that vibe.
It's great, but I mean, they're only like, I don't know. For me, watching myself on camera, like this is nothing right here. Having a conversation, nothing.
Right.
But watching myself act and express emotions and things, that's where it gets like kind of
vulnerable.
Yes, that's what gets weird.
Like, yes, I don't want to be vulnerable.
Yeah, and I
can write it and somebody else can act it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like directing. Directing's fun as well. And if I'm gonna act, there's only a few people that I'll work with these days, like directing wise. Because there are only a few people that I find that have the collaborative spirit that I have. Because it's a big part of filmmaking. Important. Well, yeah, a big part, not even filmmaking, but a big part of creating collaborative art is finding people that you want to be in the room with.
Right.
That's why I like Knox and them, because like I love hanging around those dudes.
Exactly, and then you can get work done, and it don't feel like work, but it's work, and you're making something valuable and making some money. You know, like wow. That's literally the vibes. That's what I'm focused on creating right now for myself. So, hey, that's dope. I did not know you were into the film industry.
Yeah, man. It's just into being creative, I guess. And that's in my opinion, the ultimate creative art form, because it basically takes everything. It takes music, because I have to know people like you guys that can create music. I have to know how to, write a scene out. I don't know. It's
you got to know like lighting, camera work, right?
Cameras, yeah.
Photographer, some cinematographer,
which is obviously helped with all this stuff right here too.
Exactly. That's dope.
Yeah, I've been messing with AI a lot too. Do you mess with AI any, or are you one of those purists? I haven't
deeply yet. Look, I have a balance.
Yeah,
because I'm all about. What did you say? Purist.
Purist.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm all about how powerful the human is as well. But like we talked about earlier, I love technology, so it's a balance. And I know, like, okay, the way that I think about it is my grandma, she was born in 1942 or 43, one of them, 1943. They didn't have phones and barely had cars, So right before she passed in 2023, I could just only imagine, like, how as a human seeing technology evolve, like seeing the dollar become a card and, like, you can walk around with a cell phone, like, so I expect that same type of what the fuck in my life, I'm about to be 30 soon, and it's like, eventually I'm gonna be 40 and 50 and 60. So it's like, I expect we might see some robots and shit just walking around, like, oh, look at that mailman, doing the mail crazy. Now. Like, I'm expecting that shit. This shit is wild. Like, this is the future that they used to talk about. So I especially being an artist and being someone who creates shit, period, like, you need assistance.
Yeah.
And, if it's a job where you don't have to connect with a whole human being and tend to their emotions and needs in their life, you can get something like AI to write out some shit. Why not? Like, write it out. You can edit it like you would with a human,
Yeah, absolutely. You have to like go back and rewrite
create
it.
Some shit. Yeah, you can collaborate with it, but I'm not against it.
I use it for way too much. And the reason
write my film screenplay.
Well, no, so I won't do that yet. So I have my own ideas, right? So I'm writing a screenplay, but then I'll put it in there and I'll say, "How do you feel about this screenplay?" And it'll like break down my screenplay and tell me like what it thinks is wrong and what it thinks is right, and then I'll kind of build off of it from there. But there are some people that I have these conversations with and they get angry with me because they're purists, they want the human aspect of it. Yeah. But one of the things I've been using it for here lately, and people are kind of like on my case for this, is I'll go to Canva. You know what Canva is, right?
I love Canva.
Yeah, Canva's amazing.
I do a lot of my cover art on Canva.
Canva's so good.
I do all of my cover art.
So I'll go to Canva and I'll kind of create like a base image.
Right.
And then I'll plug it into the AI and I'll say, make me a poster, off this. Okay. And it'll go and it'll make everything that my general idea like into a beautiful poster. But the words are all wrong. Right. It sucked the words.
Right. It can't calculate like a human all the way. So
the beautiful thing about Canva is you can put your upload your idea back into Canva and you can erase the words and then put in your own words.
All right, you just gave me a whole nother idea of another perspective of AI. Yeah. It's just like a template.
Absolutely.
If you go on Canva and it's a template already there, you just fill it in.
Yep.
Why not think of AI as a template? You're just pitching an idea. It already has these templates already, just giving you ideas.
And then you pull it out, put your words on it, and you can even plug it back into AI and say, animate this.
Just go back and forth. Pow, pow,
that's all you got to do. Yeah, back and forth.
That's dope.
Then you have an animated poster.
Don't give away all the gems, Kyle. I'm just playing. This is dope, though. This is dope.
It's fun.
Another podcast, y'all. Y'all getting the gems now. That's a dope idea. You guys to know I'm gonna use it.
Hey,
That's dope.
I think everyone should use these things.
Right.
It's just, and it's all about See, here's where the artist comes into play. When the artist takes these new tools that they have and they use their creative mind, and they can actually use it in creative ways.
Unique ways at that. Like, because I was thinking while you were saying all that, that's still your unique energy. Just airbending it.
Yeah.
Putting it over here, putting it over there. You know, that's dope.
Speaking of airbending, what a great fucking show.
Avatar.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I didn't really get much into the animation. It was there when I was younger. Like, I didn't even know it was considered anime. Like Dragon Ball Z and all of that. Yeah. I didn't consider that anime.
Have you like read the books or something?
No, I understand it. Just from my, like I was telling you about, like my spirituality. I understand the elements and
oh my God, dude.
You know, energy and all of that. That's my shit. So I get it. It's just one of those cartoons that gives people the gems. But I love that type of stuff.
It's a great one. And I do recommend one scene out of the Avatar. If you don't want to go back and watch the whole thing, there's one scene, I think it's in season 3 of the first Avatar. And they're basically explaining to Aang what the chakras are and how to clear the chakras.
Yeah. Right.
And it's almost every anime. It's only like a 30-second clip too, but it's such a good clip of explaining it.
Right. Okay. I got to look it up on Avatar. You said season 3. You know what episode it is?
Well, I don't know for a fact. If you just look up
Avatar chakras,
Aang cleaning chakras, it'll pop up on YouTube.
That's
great freaking show though. And
it's fire.
Yeah. Yes. So like you're talking about your spirituality and stuff. Like how deep do you go with that kind of stuff?
Now that I think about it, what kind of question is that?
It's kind of a loaded question.
How deep do you go? 10%, well, 20%, 30%.
Are you like? Do you meditate? Do you take mushrooms? Do you like?
Yeah, I don't just be like taking mushrooms all the time, but like I have
with intention.
I have taken mushrooms and I do meditate. You know, everything is a practice. Everything is a practice. But as far as like how deep I go, I just feel like it is. We just are spirits having a human life, you know? So the way we tap into it, however way that works for you, whether it's waking up, I'm going to say it, like waking up, drinking some beer or some shit, smoking your blunt, like watching your favorite YouTube show, and that it heightens your energy in whatever way because you're happy or whatever. Like, it's whatever. But for me, it's like a lot of nature time, especially now that it's warming up. Like I'm about to get outside, connect with the animals, like just really tuning into the magic that's all around us. You know, that's really my take on spirituality. Like, you know, because at the end of the day, we have our human life to maintain and live as far as like, you know, what you got to do, pay the bills, It's always magic. You are magic, you know? If you really think about the fact that we breathe and like blood is flowing through our bodies right now and you don't see crazy. Like that's divine. Like that's the type of shit I'm like, that's dope to me. So I'm constantly thinking about stuff like that and like just paying attention. That's it.
See, I'd be diving way too deep into this stuff. When you talk about magic, like I think magic's a real thing.
It's definitely real. And that's what tuning into spirituality brought me into, like, because when I was a kid, I'm like tuned in, like, oh, this shit is dope. Everything is magic. The animals, the insects, everything.
Yeah, people lose that as they get older, right?
They lose it, right? And I'm just so grateful that I kept just enough for me to like be able to open up to this perspective, I would say, and just really fall in love with it, because that's what keeps me going, man. And you gotta find what keeps you going, you know? So that's really what works for me. Like meditation, tuning into the fact that magic is real, like really being in that childlike mindset. Like if you see a kid walking down the street, they're likely not just walking. They're like, jumping over the cracks. Pow, pow. Like that's what I do my best to harness, you know, just on my daily shit. So with that in my adulthood life, that's like, you know, really like making sure I wear my colors, whatever colors I'm feeling, making sure I'm watching whatever I want to watch, keeping, you know, paying attention to what I consume and being intentional about what I consume. So yeah.
Tell me about this color thing.
I just love them.
Like, do you feel like you get certain moods with certain colors?
I'm just a colorful person.
Like, I can tell that by your
yeah,
spirit,
exactly. Yeah. Like my energy is colorful, so it just is the way I express myself. It's like
the day you felt green.
Yeah. No, I just got this Frida Kahlo shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Frida Kahlo.
Yeah.
Yo, we not even going to get on Frida. But yeah, I was like, I'm feeling that today. And Frida was a beautiful artist.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like very trippy. So it's like just tapping into that energy. But yeah, like speaking of your space, like it just, when I see colors and art like this, it just heightens me up because it's just a reflection of what I already feel inside.
Mm-hmm.
So it lets me know this is how you feel inside, like this crazy mind, you know? Yeah, so yeah, man, big ups to colors, big ups to music, art, big up to New Orleans for being a place to be able to like be stimulated by so much music and art and color. Like,
I have to have my balance with New Orleans too, because you're right. It is such like a vibrant city.
yeah, but it can be too.
Yeah, I every so often I notice when it starts getting to me, I'm like, okay, I need to go. I need to leave town for a little bit.
Yeah, you got to go recalibrate. It's like being in your subconscious mind or underwater all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely understand.
Yeah, so I got about another week and a half. Then I got to get out of town. Yeah, I feel it,
No,
you know?
same. My birthday's coming up in March. I'm from Mississippi, by the way. I'm going to Mississippi. Tune in, like, sit still with the trees.
Beyond the nature.
Yeah, really cool it. Like, cause it's crazy. Yo, we ain't even gonna start on New Orleans. It's like below sea level too. So it's like, you can't play around.
Well, you know that technically, since below sea level, that we're actually aging slower than most people are. You've seen the movie Interstellar?
Have I? I don't think so. I need to watch it though. I think I've seen the preview.
Okay, so
y'all hear him.
So physics states that the closer you are to mass, then the slower time runs. Okay, so since
what do you mean mass?
Okay, so like if you're next to a black hole,
right?
So time isn't running basically at all. Okay, so that's mass. Yeah, so like mass would be the Earth,
right?
So if we're closer to the Earth's core, which we are, since we're below sea level, then we're aging slower. And then if you were on Mount Everest, you would be aging faster. But it's like a minuscule amount. But it's something fun to like think about.
You just blew my fucking mind. Okay, is there anywhere that's lower sea level in New Orleans?
I mean, I'm sure there is, but I don't know. Yeah, there's probably a hole somewhere.
Places in the water. Yeah, but New Orleans, it can be overwhelming. I completely understand why people do need to get away, but they always come back.
Well, especially during the Super Bowl and during Mardi Gras. And the fact that
which is today, by the way, y'all, Super Bowl and Mardi Gras in a few weeks, y'all. The energy, I'm going to speak on it, Kyle.
Go for it.
The energy here, the past, I would say 4 days has been like hard to sit in your house type shit. You see what I'm saying?
I've been angry. That's why I know. You've
been angry?
Yeah. Just when too many people get around me.
Yeah, some people like electric circuit short.
Yeah, you've been going into parties or anything? There's been parties and everything.
No,
crazy.
I've been I've just been chilling. I really been tuning into the energy and getting back outside. This is my first time really getting back outside, like going to sit on the bayou and shit. Like,
yeah, because the fucking snow.
It snowed 2 weeks ago, y'all.
What is that?
It snowed 2 weeks ago. Not even snow. It was a blizzard, which I've never experienced in my life.
Crazy.
Like what? And then now it's like 70 some degrees. Like, and it's the Super Bowl, and a lot of people who are not from here or really have never been here before, I would say, are here. And it's a Super Bowl, which is like the baby Olympics in a way. Everybody's watching, all eyes on New Orleans. It's a lot of energy here.
Dude, so many people. Like Shane Gillis was down at a Saturn bar last night.
Everybody just out here just like playing, I would say. Everybody's here to play.
Promoting their product, playing.
Yes, getting a piece. Everybody's getting a piece.
Big
so
parties
it's like,
everywhere.
Wow, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Cardi B was somewhere last night.
Man,
she was on some strip club.
Man, shout out to my engineer Jesse Salone, who I'm working with right now. That's my guy. He was using a subwoofer. He was borrowing it from somebody, and fucking Lady Gaga needed to use it. He just casually says it's like, yeah, man, I was mixing on your track, but yeah, Lady Gaga needed to use the sub. I was like, what the fuck?
Like she's in town right now too?
Yeah, and needed to use the subwoofer that we've been using. Wow, like casually, and I'm like, wow, people are here and they're working.
Yeah,
and they're playing. It's a
of
lot of energy here. It's crazy right now.
You watching the game tonight?
I don't really watch football. I was gonna say, like, I mentioned us talking about Super Bowl, but I don't really watch football. I'll be but my favorite artist is Kendrick Lamar. And everything's in divine alignment. That's all I'm going to say. I'm very excited for him to perform and to see it and witness it. I wish I was there in person, really.
Yeah.
The tickets was crazy, though.
Oh, yeah. I can only imagine how expensive they are.
It's like $4,000
so
starting. Nosebleed seats.
Nosebleed.
Probably. What y'all thinking? So that's why all of the celebrities are, they're the only ones that can afford the game.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Super Bowl for the commercials.
Yeah, the commercial.
Yeah.
The
halftime show. Halftime show is fun.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see the commercial show. I heard what I see. I saw a tweet or something yesterday where Elon has like spent all this money, like $40 million getting commercial spots because he's trying to expose like some government stuff that they're discovering right now.
They pissed him off, huh?
I guess, man.
His homeboys pissed him off.
I have no clue what's going on anymore.
Yeah, me either.
I'm just kind of along for the ride when it comes to politics.
Look, what? It's a ride, huh?
Yeah.
Because like even if you ain't into politics, shit comes to you and you find out about it. It's like, for real.
Well, you have to deal with it, you know?
Right.
I've been saying this for a long time that Congress, man, like no one has a clue what's going on there, but it affects all of us.
You're not in the house.
Yeah.
You just see what they...
But it literally affects every single one of us when they pass some stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Righteous. Hey, man. We here. It's going to be a lot to talk about over the years.
Dude, there's so much. It's crazy. So what else you got planned for this evening then? If you're not going to watch the game, are you going to watch the game?
I'm gonna,
because I feel like the Super Bowl is different from just regular football. Because it
definitely is.
I don't watch football.
Yeah. I'm likely gonna tune in for sure on TV. And other than that, I'm thinking about going to hit the city tonight, like going on Frenchman or something.
It's gonna be nuts.
I think I'm gonna go on Frenchman.
What?
But I gotta sit with it to see.
Yeah, you may want to like sit with that one for a while.
Yeah,
because
I'm gonna sit with it.
Philadelphia is playing, right?
Philadelphia and Kansas City.
Yeah, so aren't they the two that like riot and shit after they lose games?
Oh shit! See, I don't know that. Okay, you're right. It's gonna be a riot.
I'm just saying, think about it.
I'm not going out there.
Yeah, I think they like, flipped cars and stuff at Philadelphia at one point.
Yeah, I don't. Nope.
And I think they won the game then too. I don't think they lost. I think that was the night they won.
They steal
they flipped cars and like set one on fire or something. I have no idea.
Y'all need to be coming downhill with all that. Y'all take that home and riot.
That's probably why like the military and stuff's out there.
Because they be right.
Yeah, just getting ready for whatever is going to go down. Well, plus what happened at New Year's, right?
Yeah, righteous. Yeah. Oh, the military's out at the game?
Yeah, because like there's like a terrorist attack or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes so much sense to me.
I don't know, man. I tend to go, I'm here or I'm at home.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like going to the French Quarter and stuff anymore, I just kind of stay away from all that.
I don't go all the time. I be trying to tap in a little bit though, but you're right. You got to find your places.
Well, see, I bartended down there for 3 years when I first moved to New Orleans, and I learned so much about life.
I'm sure. All the different personalities.
Oh yeah.
All the different personalities, man. I feel that. But
I think 3 years for me down there was that was like being next to a black hole. Like
I was going to say it was a portal, huh?
Yeah, dude, time just didn't exist down there.
It is a portal over there. I'm telling you. A quick fun story. My first time meeting Mo in person. Shout out to Mo B. My first time meeting Mo in person, we met at a restaurant in not the French Quarter, off Frenchman or whatever. And I kid you not, our first time meeting, we eating at a restaurant, having a meeting or whatever, and the light shut off. On the entire block, like blocks. And I'm like, what the heck? It was like so random. There was no bad weather or nothing. And immediately I'm like, okay, it's definitely a portal over here. Because I could just feel it in the air.
What was the issue? Did they ever find out?
No. Just
I want to say I was down there that night too. I think I was going to go see a band.
When was it? September or October? Somewhere in there. Yeah, everything just shut off.
Yeah, I think I was down there. I was going to see a band at one of the bars down there.
Yeah, now that I think about it, the bars probably didn't have power. Yeah, it was just dark and people were just out. And I'm like, okay, it's weird. New Orleans though. That's some New Orleans shit.
I just went and got back in the car and left.
Yeah.
Down in this darkness.
We was just chilling outside. And a band was playing in the street. It's just his vibes. Like, but yeah.
So how did you guys get hooked up together?
Man, so shouts out to Drawful Radio on WWOZ. My brothers, Slangston Hughes and Thelonious. They play a lot of local artists on their radio station on WWOZ, their segment or whatever. And they've been playing my music for years, like since probably like 2021.
That's dope.
In solid rotation. Yeah. And I forget that it actually plays on the radio. Like I've never caught it. It's crazy. I've never caught it on the radio because they play it late too. But yeah, so Mo is a big advocate for Draw 4 Radio, and she loves New Orleans, you know? So she ended up hearing my music on WWOZ, and she reached out to me just showing love like for 4 or 5 months straight. And I was like, hey, she told me she just started managing an artist or whatever. I was like, hey, if y'all ever do something down here, I got you. You know, I'll perform on it. You know, it's whatever. And that happened. She booked something for her artist, David Lopez, asked me to perform on it. I performed. And then shortly after, she asked if she could start helping me with management work. So that's how it worked. And I've been managing myself all these years. And I literally have been wanting to start working with somebody.
Right.
So just off of love and just like I said, for 5 or 6 months straight, she just was showing love. Yeah. Just period. Before I even knew she even did that kind of work. So.
Well, I mean, that's proof right there that if you just start moving in a direction, like people are going to find you. The right people are.
That's what I'm saying. Like, be yourself. I literally did nothing special. Like, you literally are going to attract the people who you're supposed to be working with, chilling with, collaborating with. And I'm learning that. That's hard to trust, but I'm learning that. But you also got to put yourself out there. You know, it's a balance. Yeah,
we were kind of the same way when we started off acting. It was like, we need to get an agent right now.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to do that. Like, yes, it's helpful to have that, but we just need to start moving. It's
because you know the facts. Like, oh, when you're an actor, you got to have an agent. Same with me. Like, when you're an artist, you got to have a manager and a lawyer but like, you don't just.
Yeah, just start moving in a direction. Those people will find you.
Yeah. It'll happen. That's how you easily get overwhelmed. Like, I don't even know nothing about that, honestly. So it's going to come to a time where, you know, I get it, you know, get a lawyer and get all the things that I need. But right now it's me and Moski, as I call her.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the, you know, the main things about like moving forward as an artist these days is you don't want to skip steps.
Yeah.
The people that skip steps and the people that, you know, right off the bat, they're famous. They're the ones that get taken advantage of.
Oh, yeah, because they don't know.
They don't learn the game.
Oh, it's so sad.
You got to learn the game on the way up.
It's so sad. They get ate up for real. But like, it's been a long time coming for me. Like I said, I knew early on my mission. Early on. So I'm kind of blessed. Like, so I started like watching the documentaries and learning about the little things and just paying attention early on. So I always knew that it was going to take a lot to get to the level that I wanted to. I just didn't know how long it would take. But now I'm understanding that the type of music that I make, I've been making it since I was a baby, a kid, like real life reflection music. Like, so the world had to be able to hear me for me to get to a certain level. And now the world's there. Now people talking about chakras and all, and they're ready. You know, they're like, dang, I'm more than just going to work and getting paid and paying bills and having the weekend off and then just going back to work. Like, oh, there's more to it than that. Dang, okay, let me sit with that. So the world is ready, man. They're ready. We are ready as humanity to like embrace artists in a new sense of art and technology and evolution, period. Like, whether we're ready or not, it's happening.
So do you think that, since you're talking about chakras and things, do you think that everyone has the ability to activate these chakras? Or do you think that some people are NPCs?
Oh, yeah. Kyle, you about to woo. I love this shit, for real. Oh my God, I love this shit. Yeah, man, we got some NPCs walking around. And it's crazy because I honestly don't even know what NPC, the acronym for it is, but I know exactly what it is.
Non-playable character.
Okay, dope. Some bots. Yeah, we got some bots. We got some fill-ins. Yeah, we got some fill-ins, you know. But I mean, hey, that ain't for me to think about because I know I'm not that. But yeah, it's some people who are just here to, you know, everybody has a role, I would say.
Well, then I guess another thing for me to ask is, do you think that when you have ideas that they're your ideas, you think you're actually just tuning in and getting it from somewhere else?
That's a great question. It's so hard. I'm just now learning how to connect my art. It's crazy. Connect my art with me. Because I always like have felt like a channel.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to like even fathom the shit that I create. Like I said, I've been talking about this stuff I've been talking about since a kid. So it's kind of like definitely bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
But I am the face of it. So I have to be, you know, grounded in it. Like, yeah, I made this song. I'm the person who made the song. So it's hard for me to like take credit for it. But yes, I do believe and know that creation, art, well, shit, it can come from your ego or come from a higher place. Because you could create, these people can create 30,000 songs in a week about the same stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How big your house is, how nice your car is, how many girls or dudes you got, how much, and that be that. But when you, man, that channeling is crazy.
Well, and if you're channeling, does that make you the NPC? I'm messing with you. But so I was talking to a guy.
Nah, you playable now. You can't be an NPC.
So I was talking to a guy a week or so ago, and we were kind of chatting about him having these bad dreams. And he was like, "Where do you think this comes from?" And I said, "I think it's just your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is always listening,
right?
Whether or not you're conscious of it or not, you know, it's always listening. And at nighttime, whenever your conscious mind goes to sleep, then your subconscious can come out and play.
Yeah, it's like, hey.
So that's where your dreams are. That's how your subconscious actually like communicates with you.
Yes.
So maybe these ideas could be simply the subconscious mind communicating with you. And we just think it's a higher power or something.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I believe the subconscious mind is your connection to the higher power. Because that's not something you can make or I can make. Can you make that shit? Can we make it with our hands? No, it came from some shit we like. So it's like, that's what I believe. Like, it is the higher power. Your subconscious mind is your fragment. We're all fragments of that black hole, you know? We're all fragments of it. So yeah, man.
Dude, I like to blame some of my ideas on something else because they're fucking crazy. Some of the shit that comes across my brain.
Like, that wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't want it to be me.
You got a name for what you blame it on?
Oh, I don't know. I need to. Beelzebub?
create a person.
Yeah.
No, I never really tuned into Nicki Minaj. And then recently I tuned into her music. I knew about her. I knew she was dope. But I never really tuned in, like watched the documentary or anything. And I watched the documentary recently, came up in my YouTube feed. And she had a whole name for the alter ego of this evil fucking little boy that lives within her that says whatever the fuck he wants to.
Oh, shit.
His name, I wish I could remember. Like, she made a whole song like such and such is revenge or something. And like, she's like, yeah, when you wake him up, it's like, I can't control him. I can't, hey, that's him. And it's just like, I'm like, you got a name for whatever that is.
Speaking of Nicki Minaj, have you ever heard whenever they pitch down her songs?
No.
So if they pitch down her songs, she actually sounds just like Jay-Z. Yeah, if you take Nicki Minaj's song and you pitch down her voice, she sounds literally word for word and just like Jay-Z does. It's like there's this whole theory now
He's gonna have me going to look this up.
Yeah, check it out. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Like, just like Jay-Z. So there's this theory out there that says that he's been writing her music all these years.
They are both from New York. I gotta hear that. Hear it. That's hilarious.
Check it out.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. Yo.
I mean, it's crazy how much they sound like.
All right, I'm gonna have to look that up.
I'll show you after this podcast. Yeah. We'll pull it up.
Bro, what kind of fun fact is that, dude? That's hilarious.
That's the one good thing about like Instagram and TikTok and shit like that is you get all kinds of stuff like that.
Subconscious shit, right?
Well, you just get all kinds of random information.
Stuff that's in people's subconscious that you're not supposed to be witnessing, dog. It's supposed to be for you and your subconscious mind. And people are just like putting these little things together. Yeah, I mean, hey, man, it's life. Putting things together that we're not supposed to go together.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
That's me all the time, especially with like science and religion.
For real?
Yeah, I love putting those two together because there's so many like similarities and things that you can combine with science and religion.
Really, it is.
That's why I come across this thing magic, you know?
Yeah.
All magic is science.
Yeah.
It's just a high form of science.
Yeah. It's all one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
Just different perspectives. Yep. Just like music has math components too.
It does. Yeah.
It's a lot of math.
Do you study music theory?
No, man. I was in orchestra. Fun fact, I was in orchestra from 5th to 12th grade. I played the viola. Mm-hmm. So, and I was really good at it just naturally. But at some point when I got tired of reading the song on paper and I learned it, I stopped reading it. So that was kind of my downfall in orchestra and not taking it as far as a lot of other people go, because I didn't really like reading music, which means I didn't like I struggle with putting logic to art. It's tough for me. It's tough for me to put logic to art, if that's the best way to.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because
Yeah, that's why I didn't really want to study music in college. I studied computer science. I didn't want to study music because I didn't want to. I didn't connect with putting logic to it. Like,
okay, so you studied CS, which is pure logic.
Right.
Okay, so then are you trying to combine the two now?
No, I think I'm just learning how they dance together better now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to understand both of them to reach the highest level that you can.
Yeah. Oh, that just reminds me, my laptop cover is the left and right brain.
Nice.
So it's like,
Yeah, you have to be able to combine the two hemispheres. Yeah.
We're naturally like that.
Well, so speaking in the terms of chakras and things like this, another little nugget that I've picked up through the years is there's a thing called the Kundalini awakening.
Oh.
Are you familiar with Kundalini?
Oh. You tapping all the spot. Yeah, he is cold. Okay. He is cold.
So the Kundalini awakening says that there's this energy coil at the base of your spine. And through meditation and breathing techniques, you can actually raise this energy up the spinal column. And then when it actually reaches the brain, it connects the two hemispheres of the brain through the corpus callosum, or you activate what's called Christ consciousness. And this is like where you get the electromagnetic halo that stems out from the brain. You see them in all these Renaissance paintings. But so one of the channels that that no one really knows that exist in the body. So there are two channels that aren't automatic. So your heart automatically pumps blood through your body,
right?
But then you have your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is when you move your body, it moves the toxins and stuff around your body. So it's like a pump for your toxins.
Yeah.
You have to move the body to actually get the toxins around. And the other one that a lot of people don't know about is the spinal column. So the spinal column also has these tubes that run through it, and to move the cerebral spinal fluid up the spinal column, you have to use these breathing techniques. And they're called it's called pranayama. Yeah. And pranayama will activate the Kundalini awakening. Anyway, forgot what was I even going for?
Because we were talking about the left and right brain.
Oh yeah.
But I have experienced.
So you've experienced that?
Yes.
Dope.
Yes.
And how did you feel during it and after it?
Let me say that I did not try to do it. Okay. It was not something that I was like, this is a goal of mine. It accidentally happened.
How did it happen?
During some sacred creative energy, I would say. Is
that like sex?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, it was not planned. And and it honestly, it wasn't even physical.
Interesting.
It wasn't physical sex. So it was an exchange though. And
can you elaborate more on that? You don't have to if you don't want to, but that's just an interesting way to put that.
No, I've been tapping more into that all being connected anyway. So yeah, it was like, it was phone sex, honestly.
Okay.
Like distance, like just josing, just talking, and I feel like around it, the person understood my balance of masculine and feminine energy without putting me up in a box of either one. And that somehow allowed me to really really
let go.
Yeah, in a way. And I felt really seen and understood, which is hard to when you're very different in this realm. And it's like the energy just rose up through my body and it hit my crown and just psh. And I remember I was just like laughing and crying at the same time, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Just a flood of emotions.
A flood of emotions, but it was very, what's the word? It was very orgasmic. Mm-hmm. Yes. So yeah, it was. And I think back, like when you say the halo thing and all of that, I do feel like I've been different ever since.
And like,
ever since that experience.
Can you elaborate more on that? Like how you feel different?
Like more aware.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for.
More aware and like, oh, I love this shit so much because these are experiences that I've experienced a lot of otherworldly experiences like this that I never talk about out in the regular world. So this is dope as fuck. This is new for me.
Like what else have you experienced then?
It's a lot of shit. But let's stay on this one though, because I was finna say something dope. Oh, that experience really had me walking around different. Like I really experienced that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what when I talk about magic and spirituality and all this shit, it's like it's time for us to really start honoring that as a regular thing. Like it's not woo woo wazoo or this, you know, shit that only certain people should be practicing. No, it's a human thing. Like just as regularly as you think about, oh, you wake up, go to work. Oh, eat dinner, piss, shit, go to sleep. Like this is really it's regular. It's just as regular as that. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing, I won't say nothing special because this shit is special, but.
Wait a minute, I see what you're saying though. Cause like most people don't have a clue what's going on.
They don't know what, like even our conversations right now, only certain people are going to be able to listen and understand like, damn, this shit is real. So yeah. It just had me walking around different like, dang man, magic is real.
Yeah, I trip people out at
magic is real. Like it's really like this shit is real. And I love confirmation like that.
Yeah, I'll be
it
up
just
here.
makes me go deeper into that shit.
Yeah, I'll be up here having conversations with people like this right here. Yeah. And I'll see some people it just like hits their brain and bounces off.
Yeah. You can like literally see it. Oh my God.
Like there's no way they can.
I'm gonna say even NPCs because, like I said, everybody's on the word spectrum is more popular now, so everybody's on a spectrum. But like, yeah, everybody can't.
I get it too. Like I know some people that have really stressful jobs, so when they come to the bar, they just want to fucking chill out.
Just chill, but yeah.
They don't want to hear me talk about wild shit.
That's their zen. That's what I was saying earlier. Like if your shit is waking up, drinking a beer, watching TV, like that's your zen. You don't want to talk about no kundalini, like. And I can meet you there. But I honestly have to say that I've been meeting people there for too long. Like I need people and shit around me where we can talk about this kind of shit as a regular thing, you know? And let's just be that.
Well, and back to AI.
I need that. Look, you can talk to AI.
Dude, I'm telling you, like AI. So there was a few weeks where I was just kind of like bummed down on the podcast. I can see it too if I go back and watch the episodes. Like I don't want to be here. You know, I can just go back and see it. Yeah, even though my guests are dope and all this stuff.
After this, you got to show me what episode that is.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and the reason I was that way is because I started having conversations with AI. Because like now they have it where you can actually sit there with ChatGPT and literally have a conversation with GPT.
Yo, this man just said he was bummed out because he was having conversations with AI. Elaborate.
When they're better than the conversations I was having with humans. Because like a lot of the things that I talk about, a lot of things that I talk about, no one really knows them. So it's just me talking. It's like a one-sided conversation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So go from a one-sided conversation to actually speaking with an entity that can have a conversation back with you about the subjects that you're talking about.
I just had an idea. Write a screenplay about that. That's a movie. That's a dope ass movie.
Oh, tell me about it. What's it?
Write that. This character who felt like he couldn't talk about the shit he really, you know, is interested in talking about because the world he lives in can't fathom it or is not interested. So he finds this AI app or whatever and becomes, is it something like this? Well, becomes cool with it, starts talking to it, and it's better conversations than with the people.
It is. It's sad to say.
He's like, what the fuck? It like almost drives him crazy. But then he meets somebody. Look at me. But then he meets somebody who understands, who used to do the same shit. She had an AI companion. So they were able to put the phones down and don't steal our fucking idea.
No, we're going to co-create this one
Universal Studios.
No one's going to take it. We'll co-create it.
Okay, we're going to, I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll co-create it one day.
No, that's a dope ass movie.
It would be a cool movie.
And then the AIs get together.
And it's relevant. It's relevant too, because that's actually what's happening right now.
That's what's happening, man. Mm-hmm. It's like I put on a persona to be at my job and shit. Like I come all the way down, like watered down version. They already make you wear a certain things. Like, yeah. So I'm already, my whole style is already taken away. Then it's like, It's low key. I mean, we ain't even gonna get on that spiel, but like, yeah, man.
No, I know what you mean.
Definitely like.
You gotta speak in like a fake voice and shit.
Yeah, like, hello, how are you?
Act like you really want to be there.
Oh, it's so fake. I be feeling like an NPC.
Yeah.
Like, man, I wanna, but whatever. And then you get the swing of it. It's like, oh, I'm good at this. But like, what are you good at? Acting.
That's why I love working in this bar rather than working at like a restaurant and stuff.
Because you can do a podcast if you want to. You can sell drinks.
Well, yeah, you have your personality. Your personality is still
different events that match your expression. It's an expression. Yeah,
it's such a cool little place to work at. But yeah, along the lines of like the duality again, activating the two hemispheres.
Yeah.
So I have this. Speaking of like awareness, being like aware of the larger situation, I don't think that the world is going to be completely healed until we take the Eastern philosophy and merge it with the Western philosophy, because those are literally the two hemispheres of the human brain, of human philosophy. Yeah, so I mean, we gotta merge those two before then we'll actually start curing the world.
That is so dope. Yes. Because even as a spiritual person and someone who's really connected to nature and knowing my ancestors were nature people, I understand that we're in a different era of life. Like the goal is to not go back to the trees and just be sitting around, just kumbaya. And no, it's like creating an ecosystem and have businesses still, but in a very humanistic way to where it's like you ain't confined to certain times and eat lunch at this time, more like flexible, but still have that, that box, that logic, mixing math with, art, like having that's my focus right now. I don't know about y'all, but
no, it makes sense.
That's my focus right now. Like having that creative space. But I mean, it's just like running a business, having that creative space, but you still having your paperwork and logics, your P's and Q's dotted. Like
what's running a business correctly? Because I think most businesses, a lot of them they're all about the bottom line. And it's not all about how much money you can make. It's about how many people's lives you can change along the way.
Creating something like after you gone, it's still there, or people have memories about it. Like, yeah, man. Yeah.
So you got anywhere else you want to take us today?
Today? Nah, I feel like this was a lot more than I thought it would be. I feel like we definitely just opened up like some stuff, like as far as our connection, because I want to build with you for sure. Dude. But yeah, and just like open up, like we're gonna post this, like somebody's gonna watch this and it's gonna change their lives. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can feel it. So it's like, yeah, I feel like we are very much so complete and set, and we got to do another one.
Dude, I'm down with it.
Another bar, another podcast, another one.
Yeah, any Sunday you're available, you hit me up.
Righteous.
Where can the people find you at?
Okay, once again, I'm Aisha RaQuel. I'm an artist of many, many mediums. I make music. I make paintings. I'm Kyle gonna give me an acting role soon, so acting coming soon. And I am mostly on YouTube and Instagram. My YouTube is Aisha RaQuel. You can find the way that it's spelled, in the title of this video. And my Instagram is Mind of a Mystic. That's MINDOFAMYSTIQ. So mystic is spelled with a Q, not a C. And yeah, keep in touch with me on there. I got some new music coming very, very soon, spring 2025. If you're out in New Orleans or, any local area, I'm about to get on stage performing a lot more. So just tap in with me on YouTube and Instagram and, look out for the next performance.
Dope. Thank you for coming in today.
Yes. Thank you so much. Much love.